hot.
All right, then. That's what's
We
up.
hot in more ways than one. We hot.
Yeah, man. It's
Fish
WeUpRadio.com, man. It's OPNation Talk Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know what it
yeah.
is. It's your boy Ray the Shark. We got the co-host in the house. What's up, man?
DJ A.
Oh, no.
In
You got to put
effect.
some respect in the name, man.
You gotta say DJ A.
OG DJ.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
You see, you forgot to respect yourself, man.
Yeah, I always do that. That's why I'm here, brother.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
You
That's why I'm
I got to
here,
make a
you know
little
what I'm
giggle
saying?
one time.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Start Monday off good.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. And then we got our special guest in the house, man. Y'all can introduce yourself if y'all like. Or
Yes, sir.
Or y'all want me to do like a little
Right.
intro for you, but
There you
ahead.
go.
Look, this is my third time on the show, so
Yeah.
hopefully everybody know me by now.
They might remember
ones
you.
who don't
Let them know,
Well,
man, who you is.
Well, I'm Kevin Bates, aka Sniper Kev on
Sniper
Instagram.
Kev.
Oh yeah, you got a special this month.
Oh yeah, I got a special on the CCW class. I'm doing a birthday special.
Oh.
Since my birthday, and August 23rd. And I figured since I'm an '80s baby, I said I'm doing an $80 holler.
Okay.
Yeah, all month, right?
Right, all month,
All right,
the whole
cool,
month of August.
cool. That's what's up. What's up, my guy on the end? My man, Vince? What's
I'm
up?
Vince with U.S. Law Shield. If you don't see me in your CCW class, you're in the wrong CCW class.
Yeah, so
We'll
that
be
means,
here for
you
the
gotta,
second
that means you got to sign up with Kev.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
Yeah.
Sniper
Most
Kev,
definitely.
and he'll put you together, man.
Most
'Cause
definitely.
since the day I graduated the class, I had that Texas U.S. Law Shield coverage.
Yeah, man.
And ever since then, so you know.
Man, you need to get it. Listen, I know Vince, he a modest dude, so he ain't gonna talk about the competitor, USCCA, but I call him out on it. But that's the competitor.
I mean, they was emailing the hell out of me, man. I had to block their ass, man. Like they kept saying, "Yeah, man, your coverage not complete without us." I'm like,
Good.
Yeah,
Delete.
but see,
Wow.
reason why I always get asked Vince for a special request for my classes because he likes to pull out the USCCA contract to show you that it could drop you at any time.
yeah. All right, so I know. All right, so who wants to talk about? No, you know what? We're gonna start with Vince.
All right.
Vince. All right, so Vince, why don't you give us a little background about you and how you started in Texas U.S. Law Shield, and the great benefits of it.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a little history on the company. We were started in 2009 by a group of attorneys out of Houston, Texas. These attorneys have been practicing criminal defense for about 20 years before they came up with the U.S. Law Shield. The industry itself, legal defense insurance for carry concealed holders, is about 15, 16 years old. Started in 2004, 2005. NRA was the first one to roll it out. They have since lost their coverage. And right now, we're the largest one out there. We have a little bit over 750,000 members nationwide there for you. When you boil down everything that we do for you, if you want to simplify it, we are your criminal defense attorneys on speed dial. Any self-defense situation. The great thing about our program, we don't care about your background. We don't care what weapon you use. As long as you have a right to defend yourself, wherever you are, we have you covered 100%. You pay your
Awesome.
membership, that's all you pay for. You're not paying for any deductibles. There are no caps. And here, especially in Cuyahoga County, you need it. Right now, for the
Right.
state of Ohio, 70% of our emergency calls come right from the 216. So, you know how these prosecutors are? We have you there. And I mean, anywhere you need us. It could be a bar fight tonight you get into. You need an attorney. We have you covered.
Now, how long does it take if I got in some trouble tonight? I know I probably couldn't get in no trouble. I mean, I probably couldn't receive your services right tonight. But how long does it take if I was to sign up with you to receive some service? How long does it
So,
take?
great question. As soon as you hand me the application, you are covered that moment.
Get out of here.
That's the great thing
Man,
about our
what?
program. You covered that instant. So,
Wow.
As soon as the payment hits
As soon
the
as the
account,
check
right?
clear.
nope. As soon as you
What?
handed me the application,
Oh, that's even better.
That's oh
you're
wow.
covered right then. As long as there's a payment, a credit card up top, or a check with it, you are covered at that moment.
I
You'll
stick-
get you a temporary card.
Oh wow.
That number in red on the bottom of the card, I know a lot of students are out there that's seen it before, is answered 24/7 by an attorney. So it's not a call center. You're not calling India. You're not getting voicemail. You're speaking to an actual attorney, and we will be there to you within 2 hours or less.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh wow! As long as it's somebody in your area, do we have a lot of representatives in our area? 216.
So we have the lead attorney for Ohio. There are 3 other lead attorneys in each city: Columbus, Toledo, here in Cleveland. But they're all networked through firms and everything. So
Okay.
we have as many lawyers as you need. We have a network of about 650 nationwide.
No, is this the one that said that we don't mess with felons? You already was a felon. You can't really
So
take
that's-
advantage of the situation.
That's a carry conceal law that has nothing to do with your legal offense.
Oh,
Here in
okay.
the U.S., you never give up your right to defend yourself. I don't care what your background is. You may
Okay.
have a felony with disability. I mean, you can't touch a gun, but your significant other has a gun in the house. Somebody
Yeah.
breaks in your house and you defend the house, we're going to defend you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're not supposed to let somebody kill you.
no,
No, that's
no,
definitely not a good idea.
no. I don't think that's a
Yeah.
wise.
So let me
move.
ask a question. So say for an, just for an example, say I get into a scuffle. I don't know anything about Texas Law Shield or anything, and I get in a scuffle and I need a lawyer. So after this event has occurred, can I join up with Texas Law Shield to get coverage, or do I have to have coverage prior?
So you do have to have coverage prior. It's law. Unfortunately, we can't bend it. It's
Right.
insurance law and everything else. But one of the things we do offer, if you do get in a situation, we do provide you with a non-emergency number. You hired a lawyer, or maybe you have a public defender. You want to make sure they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You have unlimited access to our non-emergency number. Talk to our lawyers, and just bounce things off that lawyer
Right.
and see if they're going down the right
But
path.
that's after they join.
If you sign up
join-
after, yep.
Okay, so they basically still can get help, but they can't get fully represented
Right,
in court
they
for
can't-
that
right.
situation.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless they want to pay the attorney, our attorneys start at $350 an hour or more. So
Oh, I mean that's kind of fair compared to stuff I've heard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But so another question, one more question. Say if I'm at home and I'm covered, but someone's in my house that's not covered, defend my home. Can they be covered under my coverage?
So anyone 18 or older has to have their own independent program. Just like the law of insurance, you have to have your own membership.
Right.
But we do offer minor coverage for 17 and under. $2 a month covers all your kids in self-defense situation. And I know most people aren't thinking, well, my kid's not going to defend my house. But your kid could go to school. He could get bullied or she could get bullied. They defend themselves. This day and age, everybody's suing everybody. You have an
Yeah.
attorney for that. Had a situation in Geauga County. 12-year-old pajama party, girls. 2 girls got into a fight. Fight was settled then. The next day, the family of one of the girls pressed charges on the other girl. Now she has to go through the system.
Wow.
Never
yeah.
gonna account for crazy parents.
Wow.
Yeah, you hate
So
to do
I
that
want
all the
everybody
time.
to like, subscribe, share. For anybody who needs the number to Texas Law Shield and wants to join, this is the correct number, right? This is the number they can call
so
to join.
What I recommend is if you're looking to join, reach out to We Up Radio in any way. Tell them you need the number for that program. Signing up through me or signing up through Kev in one of his classes actually locks that rate in for life. That's the other great thing about our program.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never have to worry about that rate going up.
Right. So I can give them this number. I can just say the number out. This
Give them
number.
my cell phone number.
All right. Well, I mean, just like if they just like don't know you personally, can
Right.
they just call this number on here?
Well, if they sign up through that,
Or they can just go. Matter of fact, they can go to the
US
to the-
Law Shield.
Yeah, uslawshield.com, right?
but it's not locked in for life. I want them to get locked in for life.
Yeah, you get the lock in rate with my man Vince or Kev. And but if you don't want the lock in rate, you want to just pay more, cool. Just go to texaslawshield.com and then get you your coverage. But we can get Vince to cover you.
Yep. And anybody out there that does security or anything else, we cover people on the job and off the job. We cover
Okay.
police, prison guards, church security, nurses, home health aides. You get attacked by one of your patients,
Right.
don't defend yourself.
So can we give him the number? Or
Yeah,
an
you can give my
email or
son-
whatever.
You can give them all my information.
Okay, so we got V Howard at uslawshield.com, and then the cell phone number is 216-659-9515. That's how you get in touch with Vince. And get you covered, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, cause you don't have to be a legal gun owner, or you don't even have to have a gun. All you need to do is be defending yourself,
That's it.
and then you get you covered for $11 a month
Right.
without
a
having to
small
pay
price to pay.
retainers, and without having to pay retainers and thousands of dollars to get covered in court, to have a lawyer to defend you for you defending yourself.
No, is this like that other one? It's another one, isn't it? Another like this.
So there are probably about 5 big programs out there. We're the largest. The second one you're talking about is USCCA.
Yeah.
Now, the
okay.
biggest difference between them and our program, they are actually an insurance program, and we're a membership program. So instead of thinking of us like insurance, we're actually like AAA in that membership program.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's how we can cover you from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Insurance by law cannot back a crime. So what USCCA will do, they will front some money to an attorney for you.
Okay.
If you take even a minor misdemeanor plea, you can get a sweetheart deal. $200, this goes away.
Wow.
You have to pay them back every
Okay.
dollar.
Okay.
So if they paid $50,000, plus they have caps and limits, and most people don't realize. A lot of times with the caps and limits, you go to trial for murder. You may get a hung jury. What's that prosecutor going to do? He's going to represent the case. Well, if you just paid $75,000 to an attorney, the attorney's going to want another $75,000 for the next case. If you have a cap of $100,000, where are you going to get that extra $50,000?
Okay. So this is like everything is paid for. You
Yep.
paying your dues. As long as you paid up dues, you good to go, and you can get the best legal defense for
Yes.
little to nothing.
Yep. And if it's ever a horrific situation, we do have what's called our fire squads. 2 teams out of Houston, 1 out of Florida, that can sit second chair with our local council, and you have like an OJ type team that's there for you.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
crazy.
You heard that OJ.
He said, "OJ,
The glove
a
ain't
dream
fit, man.
team, a dream
Glove
team."
ain't fit, man.
And they hated him for that, dude. They hated him for that. Just-
So I got another question, man. Or mainly it's not more of a question, but can you explain or break down why the coverage with U.S. Law Shield is so great? Like going out of state and
Oh, it cover you even out of state?
insurances. Yeah, it's break down some of
nationwide
the
now.
insurance insurance
So
benefits.
different add-ons. Okay,
Yeah.
so the core coverage that I give you covers you here in Ohio for $10.95 a month.
Mm-hmm.
100% of your attorney costs in any self-defense situation with any legal weapon, all criminal, all civil, any appeals, uncapped, unlimited. We vet the attorneys for you. They have 10 years or more experience, so you're getting a great gun law attorney to represent you with this program. Other things we cover for you, we cover accidental discharge of your firearm. If you've had people clean their weapon, forget that one in the chamber, round goes off, unlawful discharge. God forbid you hit somebody. What we've been noticing the uptick in also is innocent bystander or innocent bystander property. You're shooting in self-defense. Rounds go everywhere. You can't control it.
Yeah.
Well, there are people that are even being pressed charges for even those self-defense situations because it hit somebody's car, it hit somebody's house. God forbid it hit somebody. We cover you in that situation.
Oh wow, man, that's nice coverage. It sounds like, man, that's what I'm talking about. Because with the other one, it seemed like you didn't have that many benefits to it. You know,
Well,
they
the
seemed like
other
it was
one
a
you
cap,
take-
like you
yeah,
said.
It's caps and limits in insurance, and most people don't read their policy. Part of their policy is we have the right to change the terms and conditions of your program without making you aware. So you can think you're covered, paying $50 a month for their coverage, and they change the terms and conditions. You're done with that, and you have to come out of your pocket.
For anything be above and beyond what they doing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
or they deem it's not self-defense. They don't think.
But that's
they-
up to them, though. That's so completely arbitrary, and that's not
Yes,
fair.
it's like an
Yeah,
insurance
man,
company.
come
They
on,
decide what they're
man.
gonna cover.
Oh, man.
You
Whack.
total your car. It's $50,000 to you. We give you 10.
That's shady, baby. Man, I don't like that.
is
man.
shady.
It's
And then you got a whole
crazy.
car note after that.
Man, what? On the car ain't got. You know what I'm saying? That's
So what type of different coverages that add-on coverages that y'all
Add-ons.
have?
So I'm gonna finish off with the core coverage. The other thing, 25% of our emergency calls are hearsay situations. People get in with their neighbors. People get into it with their exes all the time. Now they know you carry a firearm. They call the police and say you just threatened them with a firearm. The police typically in that situation have no choice if they find a firearm but to arrest you. They can hold you for 3 days without charging you. We have you covered in that situation. As far as the add-ons, that core is in Ohio. For 10 cents a day, we will cover you in all 50 states. The great thing about it, it's something you can turn on and turn off at will if you're not a truck driver or flight attendant where you're flying all or out of state all the time. So go to Florida for a week, turn on before you leave, turn off where you're covered. And as long as there's a U.S. court, so we say 50 states, but it covers Puerto Rico, it covers Guam. So if there's a U.S. court, we have you covered in that situation.
All right, cool.
Minor coverage, $2 covers your kids like I described before, but it's all the kids in the household, so it's not per child. So if you have 1 or 20, or they got Brady Bunch, hers, his, it's under your roof, they're covered with that situation with the minor coverage. And then anything you have, they would have. So if you have your multi-state on, they're covered multi-state. Other add-on we have is bail bond. $50,000 worth of bail bond, but the more important part of it is it covers your expert witness. God forbid you go to trial, you just shot somebody 10 times. You can see how the prosecutor could play that into overkill. Every class I go to, they train you to stop the threat. Kev will tell you. There is no magic number. There's no one round like you see in the movies that takes somebody down.
Yeah, that's what happened though, and that's what I think gonna happen when I shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Typically, when someone's shooting in that situation, they're shooting 2 to 3 rounds, right?
They're typically emptying their clip. They're going to empty everything. You're pulling the trigger. I was in the Army, wartime. You pulled until it stopped clicking. Same thing in self-defense. You miss 80% of the time, even in self-defense, because you're not aiming, you're not breathing, you're not doing the two-hand. It's one hand.
It's not target. It's not the range.
It's not the range.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys remember that video. I think it was last February or maybe this February. The guy in East Cleveland got shot by the cop. It must have been 40 or 50 rounds, and he kept going after the lady.
Wow.
So there is no magic number.
Wow.
Expert witness will explain that for you, but that expert witness is not going to do it for free. He'll charge you $5,000 to $25,000 a day. You want that person in front of you to represent you, and that's covered under your bail bond coverage.
Cool.
Man, that's something you say for another, like you said, 10 cents a day. That's like $3 a month.
Yep.
I can get coverage everywhere in the continental U.S.
Yep.
Even Alaska and Hawaii.
Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico,
man,
U.S. Virgin
Oh,
Islands,
Anywhere with a U.S. court.
anywhere with the U.S. in front of it, you cover.
Man. Oh, I'm getting for $3, man. I'm gonna go ahead and
man,
get
that's
full
what, like,
coverage.
Listen, y'all. Less than $15, you're covered in the U.S.
The U.S.
Plus
all of them.
other places that's involved with the U.S. Anywhere with a U.S.
all
court,
of them.
Yep.
you are covered for less than $15.
What? That's man. I need to
That's
jump on it.
The greatest
Jump
part
on
is
it.
you don't have to come out your pocket thousands of dollars to defend yourself.
Exactly.
And that's
As
something
long
that
as you
everybody.
keep it active through the time that you're being represented, you're good. Is that correct? Am I right?
You're 100% right.
Okay, cool.
And even though we're talking about gun laws, you got to remember with our program, it's any weapon, anywhere.
Yeah.
You go to your car, your nurse leaving out late at night, you grab your keys to defend yourself. You're covered. And what most people don't fail to realize is the civil part of it. You take somebody's life in your house, 99 times out of 100, if they have family, they're going to come after you. They're going to sue you. They're going to find a misdemeanor. They're going to find an attorney that'll do it on a contingency basis.
So basically, the person that ran up in your house, you took care of them. The family is going to try to sue you or do something about it. But your family member came in my house unannounced and threatened my life.
And what if I catch him when he running out of my house? Because I saw this movie. It had Paul Walker in it. God bless his soul. He shot the dude. He was out of his house, but the dude had broke in his house. But the dude was out of his house. He shot him in the leg, and Paul Walker got caught up. He got sent to jail.
So you're going to get in trouble here in Ohio because we don't have that. If they're exiting, so I guess
He's still in his yard though, but he
Yeah.
shot him outside the house.
yes, and in your yard does not count here in Ohio.
Oh,
If they're in your house and it's reasonable that they could be attacking you or threatening your family, you're given your castle doctrine, you're assuming a presumption that they're there to hurt you, you can defend yourself. If they're running out the door, if they're headed toward the door, look like they're leaving, you have to let them go. You can't use lethal force in that situation. Now, if you want to chase after them, tackle them down, and beat on them with your hands, that's not lethal force.
Okay.
Unless you
The
catch
castle is the castle the stand your ground law.
That's what I was asked about that.
No, it's not. Well, I'm
Break down,
gonna let him
stand
say
your
it.
ground.
He
Yeah,
the
'cause I got a
man.
question between that and self defense. Like I want to know what the perhaps is.
Because it's gray in that area. So I want to know the real deal terms.
So Ohio just turned from a duty to retreat state to a no duty to retreat state. Meaning, before, if you could get away from a situation before it escalated, you got away from it. Now you don't have to leave. If the arguments keep rising, you can keep rising. And if you're forced to use lethal force, then it's reasonable. Castle is a little bit different. It's inside your home, inside your car, or inside wherever you are as far as dwelling. It has three presumptions. It's presumed that that person's there to harm you if they broke into your house. You have that reasonable defense that your life or you were feared bodily danger or death with that person there. So with that, that's an automatic defense that if you took that person's life, they're there for it. Now, it is a rebuttable presumption in the fact that I broke in, I got your TV, and I'm at your door, and you shoot me 5 times in the back. Well, clearly, I'm leaving. I'm no longer a threat to you. Prosecutor can use that against you because you took that person's life and you didn't have to. You cannot defend property here in Ohio with deadly force. So,
Okay. That opened up a lot for me, man. That broke out a lot of the cloudiness that was on that subject for me, man.
and I want to say some states do have your yard and outbuildings covered. It's called curtilage. We're not a curtilage state. Like you go over to Indiana, they have curtilage. So that yard is part of your house.
Okay. See,
Texas, you go
What
to
about your
Tex-
car?
So as long as it's your car and you're in it, but again, it has to be a threat of bodily harm or
So
injury.
they
But
have,
they
do they
threatened
have
my
to be
car,
exactly in
taking
your
it.
car? Like, do they have to have their full body in the car?
No, you have to be in your car, and they could be grabbing at the door or trying to reach in the window. Then you can defend it, as long as it looks like they're attacking you.
Oh, they
Right,
gotta
right.
attack me. So if I see him up on my car trying to get in with the Slim Jim, I can't bust off at
Yeah,
him. to
you
get
can't
away.
sniper them from the
Get
window.
away from my car. Get away from my car. Bang. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna just bust my hammer out. Get away from my car.
So, all right, I got another question. So, what about I'm at the market and I'm going to my car after I get my groceries and stuff, and I see a man beating up a lady, and I decide that I want to help defend her, even if it comes to me
Taking his
taking
life.
his life.
Yeah. So
How does that work?
You want to take this one?
yeah. So that's a great question.
I mean, that's what I know already, but I want everybody else to know.
Yeah, let us know because I don't know.
So I'm going to tell you to defend their life here in Ohio. Here's the law. If they have a right to defend themselves, then you have a right to defend them and step in on their behalf. The question is, you have to know the situation for sure.
Yeah.
That same lady that he's punching out could have tried to stab him with a knife
Right. Yeah.
prior to and lead up to it. Now, in that situation, bigger guy, the knife's gone and she's about blacked out. It has changed, and that's how quickly fights can change in Ohio. You also have to know, once that person's down, the fight is over. You can't keep going after him. So in that situation, say he kept punching and she's already knocked out, then
So-
her life is in danger.
So the best way to handle that is to, if you're gonna get involved in it, is to say, "Hey man, leave her alone," and he come after you, then that's where it becomes self-defense.
That's a great point. So you want to do verbal judo is what they call it first. Hey, what's going on? Stop it. Call the police on you. If they keep going, then you got to do what you got to do in that situation.
So
I always
so-
say save a life.
Right. So does that matter if I was to shoot him in the back while he's like over her, and like I have no choice but to shoot him in the back though?
Yeah.
But is that still self-defense?
Yeah, so there is no law against shooting in the back. It's reasonable. You could walk into a store and you see the clerk is held at gunpoint.
And
Is
I
up- and you
shoot the person who's holding him at gunpoint
Yep.
in the back.
Yep.
And it's okay.
It's legal. You're not going to run around front and say,
No,
Wait
I'm just,
till-
now that I didn't really understand that part because I know in some in some situations, shooting in the back is like, oh well, he wasn't. He
But
you shot him in the
we
back.
see that in movies, we see that in TV. That's not the law. So if that person has a right to defend themselves, you have a right to defend them, however it does.
Right, but they got to make sure that it's going to go in your favor,
Yeah.
or both of y'all favor.
I mean-
like you said, even if they were the threat in the beginning, and they no longer become a threat, like if you knock them out and they just get to kicking them in the head, then that's where your self defense.
And like in the convenience store, I would say you're full go because that person's there to hurt somebody or rob somebody.
yeah,
That situation with the girl, that's where you get your verbal and judo involved with it, because you don't want to make the wrong call. There are plenty of instances, say a Home Depot security has undercover police working. They've had somebody run out that was actually a criminal. Undercover cops are chasing him, and carry conceal holders have shot the undercover cop because they're dressed in black and plain clothes, and all they do is see them tackling and wrestling somebody.
right. So how does that work in my favor?
You need to know the situation. That's where you know
So
100%.
basically, let it evolve until it's
you
time
don't
to
have
step
to
in.
introduce yourself with your voice.
Right.
Yeah,
That
You ready
verbal
with-
judo. That's
But
ready
what if the guy never exposes that he's a cop?
you got to.
You
I
just,
mean, he's supposed to, but they try to stay undercover as long as possible. You know what I'm saying?
well, in that situation, he's trying to apprehend somebody,
yeah.
so they'll let you know. Stay out of this. This police matter.
Okay, that's a different. Okay, then I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know what was
Right
happening.
on, listen. Right.
I didn't know what was
So I
going
can
on.
defend. Some people gonna trip on me when I say this, but so I can defend the cop if needed. Then.
Yes.
Because they
Yeah.
are a person and they need help.
Well, actually, that's the great thing. Cops are loving us more and more as carry concealed holders because they're being defended by a lot of carry concealed holders. You get those cops off in one by themselves in the car, and somebody get pulled over or they are apprehending somebody and they start losing.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of carry concealed holders who've saved their lives.
And that's one thing I wish got publicized more, because there's a lot
course
of people that actually helping cops, and they always want to turn it like, well, the blue lives matter and all this. It's just a ploy to make everybody against each other. Because hate is, if I hate you, I can never stand with you,
Right.
and that's what they do. They're trying to make us divided. So that's why, I like when I came on y'all shows before, when I told you that. I'm very much Black Lives Matter, but I won't stand with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I understand because that's a whole other situation. We discussed that before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
'cause
saying?
we are.
That's
We
it.
us.
It's
I
corporate.
know already that they are just they just a money plot. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, they very corporate.
they just using us for the
That's
money.
it, and that's the one thing that I hate, because like I said, I challenge people and they be saying like how you black and don't want to be with Black Lives Matter, because I said, well, what has Black Lives Matter helped the black life?
True. They out
That's
there
it.
when somebody get killed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they paid any legal fees or
Exactly.
started any initiatives or put some
Exactly.
laws in place. You know what I'm saying?
No, they just sit here and they just cause utter chaos, and it make the younger generation of people feel like they want to be a part of something. But Black Lives Matter haven't sent one black life to college yet.
Ooh.
I've never seen them clean up not one black neighborhood.
Ooh.
But they got tour buses to take you to any city you want to go protest.
Wow.
To put you in danger.
Yeah.
Once you hold up the Black Bible for us, man. I mean, gun
gun
Bible. I said
Bible.
Black Bible. Yeah, the gun Bible right there. Show the people the gun Bible
The
right there.
gun Bible.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
This is what I call the gun Bible. They don't call it that. I just named it today. the
It
gun
says
Bible,
if
so.
you are a Ohio gun owner, you need this book. And look, you need this book because ignorance of Ohio's gun laws won't make you a bit of difference when you're in front of a jury. See what I'm saying? It say
Right.
that. It
That's
says
what
that.
any case just about. If
Yeah,
the jury says
man,
that you're
it's
guilty,
saying
you are
that.
guilty, even if you're not.
I would recommend you show them this card itself. As a member, we always recommend to all of our members, do not speak to the cops. Hand them this card.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go,
can you
that
elaborate
card.
a little bit on don't talk
That
to police?
card.
Just
You know
for
what I'm saying?
the people's sake, just
They say you have a right to remain silent, and I think you should take that right to remain silent.
yeah. Sometimes the silence can hurt you, but at the same time, it's more helpful than hurt.
And if I go by the gentleman who wrote that book, Will Ellsworth, Here's the thing: 24 hours in jail is a lot better than 24 years of your life in jail.
Yeah, you
So-
bet. Oh,
So
man.
don't say anything. Even if the
What?
cop wants you to say something, do not say it. Our
I'm gonna
cards,
say lawyer.
our cards already express
That's all you say.
the
Lawyer.
Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights. You can hand that to the police officer. Stops all the questioning. You got to
I
understand.
need one of those.
Oh, grab that one.
And
You got to understand, as a
thank you,
as
sir.
a law enforcement person, if you get stuck in a situation or you get caught in a shoot, what they do for you is they sit you at your desk, they get you a lawyer, they give you 72 hours to confer with your lawyer, get yourself decompressed, and then they do an investigation.
You say how many hours?
72 hours, at least 72 hours,
So
3 days.
all right. So, question: if I needed to defend myself in any way, and I take a man's life, and what is the procedure exactly that
So-
I would need to do? And I'm covered under Texas Law Shield.
Yeah. So what we recommend is you call 911 immediately. You give them very basic information. I need EMS. I need police. I'm at this location. I'm wearing this. I have one person down or two persons down, whatever. Hang up, call our emergency number, get our attorney involved right away. They're going to stay on the line with you. They're going to tell you to hand the card to the police officer, comply with everything. Don't worry, you will get arrested. It's standard procedure. Worst case, you'll be in cuffs for a couple hours while they figure out what's going on. Do not say anything. Do not say anything. Do not say anything. Even if you want to justify it, you're 100% justified. What you say at that moment, since you're in a state of shock, will not be what you remember a day or 2 days from now when you actually decompress. All the adrenaline's out. Our card actually tells you, just basically hand that card to a police officer. You'll talk to them once you speak to your attorney with that situation. Other thing that most people misconstrue, and I want you to understand, you get in a shooting, defend yourself, know your territory, know where you're at. That person you shot may have 3 or 4 friends that are huddling around and may come after you. It is your right to leave that situation to get to a safe area. So if you have to drive in your car and drive a couple miles down the road to let them know what's going on, you're still going to inform them what's going on and what happened and your involvement. But make sure you know your surroundings, make sure you know who's around there, make sure you're in a safe situation before you go through all this process.
Okay,
So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. See, hopefully y'all gonna listen to us today and hit our events.
Right.
Once again, hold on. Let me give you the number and the email just one more time.
All the info.
Yeah, because at the end of the show we're gonna do it again. All right, so my man Vince, you can reach him at vhoward at uslawshield.com, or you can hit him at his cell phone number, which is 216-659-9515.
That's it.
Get covered today, y'all, and
Yeah,
you don't
it
need
is.
to have a gun to get covered. Just call.
It's just
less
nice to
than
have.
$15 a month.
And here's my recommendation for those. There are a lot of people that don't like guns, don't believe in guns. There are a lot of people 21, 22, 23 haven't thought about it. Sign up for a carry conceal class. Go through the process. At least find out if you're comfortable with the firearm. Kevin can tell you there are a lot of first-time shooters, after they pull the trigger a couple times, realize that it's nothing and it's something they should have been had for years and years. Get your kids involved with it. Make sure that they're not afraid of them, but then you have to respect it as a deadly tool, just
Yes.
like anything else. Let them know. Whether you consider getting your carry conceal, whether you consider getting a gun, I recommend signing up for a class. You're talking about $80 this month to go through the whole thing.
The regular price is what?
I usually charge $150 for everything, so
Wow,
that covers
that's
the course.
like half price almost.
Yeah, so that covers the course, the gun rental, eye and ear protection, and ammunition and targets,
Wow.
and the range time.
all
And I usually
that.
do that for $150. For this month, I'm doing all that for $80.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good deal. That's like half off, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a great
It's only
first
$5
date.
away from half.
It's a great,
off.
Yeah.
Right.
it's a great first date. It's great for the family to do as a group. I mean,
Yeah. So
The
you're
great-
basically doing a buy one get one free course.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So it's like $150 for 2 people.
Yeah.
Right. And a buy one get one free course. And like you said, it's a great date, and you can get covered. I took my girl with me.
So it's
You
like
know what I'm
one
saying?
day. That's all you needed.
That's
the one
it.
day.
1 day, 8 hours.
Hey,
Wow.
this craziest thing is, it's easier to get gun license than the damn driver's license.
So
Yeah.
after I take the class, how much does it cost to get the license? I have to get the,
It's $67.
okay.
And that's if
okay.
you've been a resident for 5 years or more.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been a
And-
resident
and
for
how,
5
when
years or
when
more.
does the license expire?
It's 5 years.
Okay,
Every
every
5
5 years I
Every
just
5 years,
renew.
you gotta renew.
$65
So
for
do
5
I
years.
I got to
Oh.
shoot, or do I just go up there and just pay
No,
my
you
money
just
to
go pay your
renew?
money to renew
Okay.
it.
All right, that's something, man. Wow, that's
But
all right.
it's easier
That's
to
a
get
small
a gun
investment.
license than the dang old driver's license.
And it can
It's
make it
crazy.
easier for anybody that's a veteran.
Yeah.
You get the
Okay.
license for free as a veteran with
Yeah.
the state. So
Okay,
you don't have to you just take the class.
Yeah,
and-
your DD 214.
that's something I didn't know. That's
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
we can
encourage
get
my
back.
vets.
We can get a little bit on how to get it with Kev, because I know we done had 2 shows about it. So, Kev,
Yes, sir.
for the people who are scared of guns, nervous of guns, or just don't know what to do with a gun, around a gun, or people that have them, give them some comfort for us, please.
Okay. First thing I do, man, like I said, we gotta really reprogram our minds to think about guns, because like I said, we've been always taught that anytime us being black, gun, crime, and that's all we know.
Yeah.
We gotta start reprogramming our thoughts that when them people took everything away from us, what's the first thing they did? They took our land and our guns. Mm-hmm. That's how they was able to take the land.
Yeah,
Right.
it took our defense.
So
Right.
think about it. So we already just systemically programmed that anytime a gun get introduced into our community, it goes to crime. Like I use the example in my classroom. I teach in the classroom on 156 in Waterloo. I tell my students, if I go outside right now with my gun on my, because I open carry, you know what they gonna say? That nigga on some bullshit, man. Look
Yep.
at Marshall.
Yep.
But everybody that's saying I'm on some bullshit got pistols too.
There you go.
But
You got
illegally, most of them.
right? You know what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? But that's crazy. That, or when I'm in the store, because like I said, I open carry. That's because that's my right. I can. Little kids always looking at me like, "Ooh, you got a gun."
Yeah, I had that a couple times.
You got a gun.
Yeah, you got a
gonna
gun.
Shoot somebody.
And I be like,
yeah.
"Little nigga, why your mama don't got a gun?" You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You worried about my gun?
Exactly. She need a gun.
Why
to
she
protect
don't got a
y'all
gun?
and
Why?
herself.
Because you know what I'm saying. So to get back to the question, what I always tell people, come. I do a first time shooters class, like I'm saying, and it's literally no shooting. It's just a bunch
you
of
don't
gun
even
handling.
need a gun to go to this class.
Yeah. It's literally
Like,
it's just
come,
all
just
gun
go.
handling. It's handling.
It's like go karts.
Yeah.
You don't have a go kart when you go to ride go karts, right?
No.
So you go and you ride somebody. They rent the go kart and you ride it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. Just
That's a
go
good-
and find
And-
out if it's really for you or not.
Right. And that's the one thing I like about Ohio, because our class is literally the CCW class in Ohio is pretty much just a gun safety course. So it is.
And it's super easy. All you got to do is pay attention.
That's it.
You pay attention, you pass. That's
That's
it.
it.
It's
Because-
not. It's not
I ain't
even
got to
hard.
take my notes. I ain't got to
Listen,
record
I
the
mean,
class.
I would say take notes.
Take notes.
Just
Okay.
if you one of them people like that.
Oh,
like,
that's me. I'm
if
like
you
that.
if you one of them, I remember everything type people. Cool. But taking notes is good. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You can take them home with you, and then you refer back to notes, or you can get you a gun Bible.
Like this.
Well, like just like that.
This. You
And
know what I'm saying?
then get you some Texas Law Shield coverage. You know what I'm saying? You got any
That's
questions?
it.
You call my man Vince, and we can, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
That's
man.
literally that's pretty much how the day go. Like literally, I start the class about 9 o'clock. I do an introduction. That's an hour of the class already. Just us talking. I ain't even start the class yet.
Yeah. Wow.
And if you have a group of 4 or 5 and don't feel comfortable going to a classroom, Kev will do private classes
Yeah.
at your house.
Listen, we've
Hey,
been
You
in,
just got to
Awesome.
feed them.
listen, we've been in basements together. We've been in living rooms, whatever.
Getting
Nigga,
people together on their
Yeah.
guns.
Is your class just for handguns, or does it work for like semi-automatic shotguns, stuff like that?
Man,
Fuck out of AR.
listen, I teach all those classes because I got the credentials to teach everything. I can teach shotgun class, teach tactical shotgun class, teach AR classes, I teach precision rifle, everything you want to do about
What
shooting.
about BB gun class?
And that's even easier because
That's the 22.
like I said, look,
Crazy T. So is your question more as is his certification qualified to carry all of those, or are you asking is that what he teach?
Well, I was really trying to see if it was like one class for everything,
Okay, well,
or
no.
if it was individual classes for each type of gun.
It'd be different individual classes. So like basic the CCW class is just it's a basic handgun safety course. That's what the CCW class in the state of Ohio is. But I also do have the credential to teach rifle classes, shotgun classes from my NRA credentials.
Okay, no, that's what's up. When I took my CCW, and like the one OG was telling me like they got a course in the woods with the automatics and it's like pop-ups, like almost like Call of Duty training.
Okay, so like when you get in there, like I use this training facility out in Madison, so they got a lot of stuff like that. So and it costs a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It's the more training you get, the more intricate you want to get in, the more it's gonna cost you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like that because like I get guys that hit me up talking about, hey man, listen man, I just brought this AR, man, I want you to teach me. I'm like, what do you want me to teach you? Man, I want to roll around on the ground and do all that shit I see on these video games.
Nigga Rambo.
Hey, but for real though, I really did do this with him before.
Like, and I tell him
Like-
the first thing I do, I ain't mean to cut you off, but the first thing I tell him, I say, hey man, you got some goddamn knee pads because if you trying to drop down on the ground, you might want to have some knee pads first.
Yeah,
but
because you
see,
gonna
me,
hurt them.
I didn't care about knee pads because I ain't gonna have them when I need to do it.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
listen,
saying?
that goddamn ground hurt, boy.
Oh,
No.
no, I do. But a bullet hurt worse.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
I never got
100%.
shot, but I'm sure it will.
It's 100%.
I don't
it
want
hurt.
to get shot.
But I'm
either,
saying,
though.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like, but you can make this shit fun. Like I said, I took them out. We had like a rifle day, man. I did a free rifle class.
I had a rifle, my shotgun,
Yeah.
and handgun.
Listen, show them
Oh,
how to do
I'm
all that.
telling all my damn
Listen,
business.
listen, man, it's all right. Listen, it's what it is. I tell people, man, listen. I showed them how to breach doors with shotguns. I showed them how to use some precision rifle shooting. Showed how to do the transition from rifle to pistol. All that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was
Just
pretty
had
fun though.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Wow.
And guess how much we paid?
Free.
No, it was $10.
It was $10 because
$10.
they paid
Hey, man.
because they paid their range fee. They had to pay their own range fee. That was it.
We paid $10
for all
Yeah.
that good, man.
Yeah. So think about it. I just
We
told
was
you.
there for about 3 hours.
Listen,
Wow.
I told you. I taught these dudes how to breach doors with shotguns, rifle shooting, pistol shooting, transitioning from rifle to pistol, and all this in 3 hours, and they paid $10 for it.
Man, that's
I'm not saying
wow.
everybody gonna get
right,
to it.
but
Yeah,
that,
man,
that's
I'm saying,
because
though.
y'all is cool, you know. I
No, it was
understand
actually a
that
whole
man,
group.
man,
It
it
was
was
family
about-
connect.
it was about 10 of
about
them.
10 of us, yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
About 10 of us.
Wow. So only person made, wow, that's good though, man. I mean, that's cool that you willing to teach people because, I mean, that's valuable information.
It is.
You know, even though it's not, maybe not every day
Right, it's not
you gonna
practical,
use it,
yeah.
right. It's still nice to have that knowledge, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know, all the time, just because.
Because I feel like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I feel like it's my personal responsibility, man. I want our community to get more into guns, man. I love seeing people carrying guns.
Right.
That don't scare me. I
understand.
love
It don't
seeing
scare
people
me.
carrying
Actually,
guns.
I feel good when somebody got a gun around me.
And those who also want to advance, there are plenty of NRA tournaments that you can sign up for. You don't have to have any skill level. You sign up and you can enter the NRA
You
tournament.
just got to have money.
and see how they're pretty cheap.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
their
didn't know
events.
that. You gotta let me know about that.
Yeah,
You can,
And I,
they may have 4,000 shooters, and you see where you rank.
Wow.
that's
Okay.
I'll probably rank about 3,099.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure.
But no, I mean, but that's why, like, man, that's why I do it. That's why I still teach classes in the hood, because I'm telling you, when I get these little young boys in my classes, man, listen,
Going up 30
I
clips.
listen,
The worst
those be
ones.
my favorite classes. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
The
Those-
30 clippers.
Listen, those
Then
my
you try
favorite
to, then you try to
classes, bro.
Steph Curry it.
Listen, dog. Those my favorite classes, man. I can't emphasize how much I enjoy those classes. When I get the young boys, they always tell me like, so, hey, when when the U.S. Law Shield come into my class, because they do a presentation in my class, they always be like, so, OG, so say I got the blicky on me, and I'm at the gas station, right? And I'm pumping gas, and these niggas try to slide on me, so I can start shooting, right?
All right, let me break it down to normal language real quick.
You gotta translate.
Right.
Hey, say I'm at the gas station and I have my gun with me, and I feel like someone's going to attack me. Can I shoot them? Okay, now I just translated
Right.
for the people who not hood. Go ahead.
So that's what. So I'll be like, so first of all, I'll be like, so hey fella, where your gun at? You know, I keep that blicky on me, bruh. I gotta put it's in my pocket. I said, okay. Now you see why I said he's my favorite class. This is a real conversation.
Yeah, I know.
So
Because I see him in their pocket.
This
I'm
is a
like,
real conversation. So I said, okay, young fellas, how you gonna access the gun when it's in your pocket and your jeans so tight? They said, damn, OG, I ain't think about that.
and then they pants down in their damn knees.
So then I said, okay, so first of all, I said, I don't care how gangster you think you is, young man. Them niggas that sliding on you, and you see a bunch of guns in your face, you might piss on yourself before you talk about pulling that gun.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he
You
gonna-
right
he
about
gonna-
that.
yeah, he might die.
The probability of you getting that gun out your pocket to actually protect yourself is a slim chance of none.
Yep.
You
They
better
already
hope
on you.
you better hope they just want your money and take it up out your pockets, and that's it.
They got
'Cause it's literally-
they're gonna take his gun because
It's
it's in his
nothing.
pocket.
There
It's
you
nothing
go.
you can do.
Or you can do like one of our members and use the gas pump and spray them with gas.
Hey, now,
Yeah.
hey, everybody got to go, huh? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
shoot me. You know what I'm saying?
All
Some gas on him.
All y'all getting burned.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm going, you going too.
That get in their face, that'll stop anything they're doing at the
Listen.
moment. But he's right. You're not going to beat a drawn gun. Remember, you cannot beat a drawn gun.
Man, I'm telling you,
It's a
listen.
very slim
The-
chance, yes.
I'm telling you,
You got to
some-
be like Jason Bourne or
man. Listen,
007 or something.
John Wick.
man, listen.
Yeah, John Wick.
Trust me when I tell you, listen. These stories get like I be listening to a bunch of Soldier Boy stories, man. Cause that's what they sound like in my class when they be talking about. So yeah, I was in there, had to jump over the couch real quick one time, and I was like, pop, 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 pop. You know, they had to drop on me. I'm like, dog. You know this is just a basic pistol class, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they be looking at me like, oh yeah, OG, my bad. I was just saying, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, shit serious out here. Nah, I'm just trying to protect myself. I'm like, man, I get it. I get all that. But what you want to learn, you not going to learn today, fella.
Right. Think
This
you gonna
ain't-
get all that in one day? Nah.
Listen, I'm telling these people, listen, this is the favorite. I'm telling you, these people think they about to be a Marine sniper or John Wick in this 2 hours of shooting on the range. Trust me when I tell you, they listen. They got this shit in their mind when they wake up. They be like, yo, I'm about to be like John Wick at the end of this day. And then they be upset.
Well, just know that they feel good getting certified through Sniper Kids.
Listen,
Okay.
they don't feel good because they tell me like, man, I'm gonna be here all day. Yes, because the state mandated law that said you have to be here all day.
I mean, one day though. That's like
But
not.
but listen,
it's-
that's
it's-
man,
yeah,
dog.
okay. You know what?
Listen, dog.
Whatever.
Trust
You
me
know?
when I tell you, these people will pay for an 8-hour class and be like, yo, can we leave early? What do you mean? You paid for an 8-hour class.
So when I sit here
I
the
mean,
whole
it's-
8,
you
squeeze
have
every
to
drop
sit
out
through
of
an
it.
8-hour class. You got to do 8 hours.
You know they can't do
Like-
8 minutes, man.
No,
you
man,
know
listen,
that.
dog,
You
it's-
know that.
It's you know what I
Short
mean?
attention
And I don't even
span.
want to get on the tangent about that. But
We
I
need all 8.
Facebook, Instagram, you right? You need all 8, but they got so short.
We gotta learn how
social
not to
span.
get killed and not get arrested.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
So
know?
before we go, Mr. Vance,
Yes.
for someone who's carrying a gun, concealed and with concealed license and without concealed license, can you break down both scenarios, what they both should do? And they don't have Texas Law Shield, but just common knowledge that they need
Okay.
to know.
So here in Ohio, we are an open carry state. We don't have brandishing laws. Open carry means you can have it on a holster, you can have it on your hip. It's got to be fully visible, usually from 3 sides. So if I have it on my right side, somebody should be able to see it in front of me, behind me, and on that right side. If I have a rifle, I have it strapped so everybody can see me. It cannot be covered by the shirt, jacket, or anything at all. Not the handle. The only thing that could cover it is a holster. We're here in Ohio. But you got to see that it's visibly a firearm. That's without the license or with the license. It's open carry. Once you get into your vehicle, it is concealed. That's why you have to break it down, separating the magazine and the firearm. You want to put the firearm as far away as possible in a lockable container. The magazine, there is some confusion about that. Most people put the magazine in the glove box, close it, and put the firearm in the trunk, close it in a package. You can actually have a range bag, and as long as there's a couple sealable or lockable compartments, you can have them both in the same bag, but they still have to be all the way from you. They want to make it a 3-point situation as far as getting it together.
Okay, so to get a clarity on sealable or lockable, that means I can just have zippers.
You can have zippers, you can have snaps, you can have those.
As long as
clip-
it's secure and they like separate.
separate.
from
So
the-
basically,
okay.
it's just I can have a range bag, and I just got to have. It don't have to be necessarily an actual range bag, but it can have a bag.
Right, it could be a
that you
backpack.
that you may be using for the range, or just using to transport that, and you can have it in separate compartments.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So and that's every time you get in your vehicle, that's what you have to do if you have an open, if you don't have your concealed carry. Also, other places that you can open carry or you can carry concealed, you will not be able to open carry. The number one place you can think of is a bar or restaurant that serves alcohol. Concealed carry in a bar by law, but you cannot open carry in a bar.
Right.
You
And you
violate
can't
that.
drink with the firearm.
You cannot drink with the firearm here in Ohio.
And here in Ohio.
No, well, I mean, here in Ohio. I don't know about other places,
okay.
but
Oh, man,
Wow,
I'm telling you,
that's
this-
good to know. I didn't know.
I get confused about that all the time.
I'm about to say don't incriminate
No,
yourself.
no, no. like you know, like I'll be traveling like Georgia stuff like this, and I'm like, you know, I'll be like, damn, he carrying a gun in here and he drinking, and I'll be forgetting like different states.
different.
Listen, like Florida, that's probably my favorite state. You could get drunk to the legal limit, go outside and stand your goddamn ground and go home.
What? You be drunk as a skunk and shoot somebody and get away with it.
But that's how Florida is.
And Florida's a nice state. It is 100% concealed carry. You can't open carry in Florida, but they have what's called a true CCW, concealed carry weapon, where we're CHL, concealed handgun license. The difference with your CHL, you can carry as many handguns as you want, but it's just handguns.
And that's here in Ohio.
That's here in
Yes.
Ohio.
So I can carry
Okay.
5 of them on me right
Yes.
now. Just
You can
walk
tape
around.
1,000 to your body. As long as you have your CCW and they're all handguns, you're good to go.
The police officer gonna be like, "Man, how many do you got?"
And I got a lot of
Go ahead.
pockets on my.
So, all right. So there is no restriction in number of
Handguns, no, there's no
handguns.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I knew you. I noticed you used the word
And
handgun.
Yes.
Right, not rifles.
Yes.
All right. Now,
And
let me
the
just
other
go
question
ahead.
a lot of people have, yes, you can have one in the head. You do not have to have it unchambered when you have your
I'm
CCW.
always keeping my
Yes,
chamber.
so-
Yeah, I don't play. I ain't about to mess with them.
Man, you hear me?
I ain't about to mess with it. Because if
You
I need to
ready.
get up out there, I need to get up out of there. I ain't trying. I don't like. I always tell people, I don't want to shoot. No
Don't
one
want to take a life.
Yeah.
I don't want to even shoot.
Yep.
But if I got to, I got to. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
man.
me. I've never had to disarm discharge my firearm outside of the gun range, and I don't want to.
Man, me and you both, brother. I
You know
tell
what I'm saying? Like the less I need to do it, the better my life. Because I don't live that life.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? But hey,
Just to go back to the topic of the carry concealed license here in Ohio. Basically, you can carry it covered up anywhere you want. You can go into the bar, as long as they don't have the sign say no carry. And of course, there are no carry zones.
right. So even if they do have the sign, and you still going concealed, how does that work?
So that is a 4th degree misdemeanor. I'm not telling anybody to break the law. It is a 4th degree misdemeanor, punishable for, I want to say 60 days of jail time. You don't get charged with it if you're somebody reasonable. So you go into a store, you forgot. Somebody sees it, they call the police, or they're going to call the police. Just leave. They're going to ask you to leave. Just leave. Don't argue. Don't fight.
Just
it's not
leave.
worth it.
That's
Just
it, right.
leave.
So what if they say, "Hey man, you got to take that back to your car," and then they allow you to come back
Then take it to your car, lock it up, and
and
Keep going.
handle your business?
yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we about to get up out of here, man. I was just trying to get that part, at least that part at the end, real quick, so they can know. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't be understanding about the getting in the car and it's automatic concealed. They don't understand that. They could be like, "Well, it's on my hip and it's out." I'll be like, "Well, can they see it? Can somebody see it while you sitting in your car driving?" No. Well, then this means it's concealed. and they don't understand that. And I just
Right.
wanted the man,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, I wanted you to elaborate on that for him. And
Right, because that's
yeah.
good to know. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand that. I got it. I can see it's out.
yeah.
Nobody else can see it's out. So
And,
it is
even and people in
concealed.
your car see it's out, but the people outside don't
Can't
know
see
nothing
it's
about
out.
it. Yeah.
So it's concealed to them.
And the other thing is that's great that people may need to know is the bag and the concealed compartments. That's definitely helpful for people
Right.
because they think like you said, they think that they got to have one in the trunk, one in the
glove box,
in the glove
which
box.
is the
and-
ideal situation. But
Yeah.
really, do you want to keep doing that back and forth, or just have a bag
Yeah.
and dump it in?
So can I have this? This is the last question before
oh,
we go.
fine, you're fine.
Can I have my bag in the back seat with the concealed compartments?
No, so
Just
you
in the
still,
trunk.
Well, trunk, or if you get an SUV, as far away as you possibly can put it. Is what you want.
So it's not. I can't be in reaching range.
No, because they want you to be able to get out of the car. You have to get out of the car to put it together to get it. It's sort of like a 3-step rule. Open the
Okay.
door to get out, open to get it out of the compartment, and then put it together.
I got
That
you.
gives you time to think about what you're doing before you do it.
Or like the rest of us.
Or
all-
the time to die.
Or it gives us enough time to run.
Yeah.
We're going to pop the trunk.
Right. That's the
All
whole
right.
thing.
So, do you mind giving your handles out, like
Sure.
the way to reach you and etc. Kev, and then me, and then OG.
So I'm Vince with U.S. Law Shield. You can text or call me 216-659-9515. I do sleep early, so nothing after 11:30 unless it's a text. But I do respond all the time. You can also email me at vhoward@uslawshield.com. If you got your carry conceal, if you're thinking about it, I always recommend get into one of these classes. If you already have it, reach out to me. Let me get you covered. $11 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix. It's cheaper than Hulu, and it covers a whole lot more.
Yeah.
The gun laws is your right, but it's the only right that we have that has so many liabilities that can end you up in jail just for mishandling.
Right.
You want to make sure you have the right attorneys ahead of you, in front of you. One of the things we get with a lot of the young members or young brothers in this area is you may walk in the store, you don't have a holster on, your gun imprints. Now there's a police officer in that store and they start talking to you. Well, A, you have not committed a crime and you're not suspected of committing a crime. You really don't have to talk to them. Having something like this, saying I have an attorney, handing that card to the police officer, stops the questioning right there and stops them from playing games. A lot of police officers, not holding it against you, because a lot of police officers area carry this program because they cannot trust their attorneys from the union or from the police department. Because who do they stand for? They stand for the union, they stand for the police department. They're not there for you. Our attorneys are there for you individually.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Right,
thanks.
Kev?
All right, you know me. I'm Sniper Kev. That'd be Sniper_Kev_. That's how you find me on IG. If you want to schedule a class, my number is 216-835-4730. That number again is 216-835-4730. And I also got the all August C2CW special, the $80 for the 80 babies. Since I'm an 80 baby, that's why I said it's $80.
That's what's up, man.
It's $80 for the 70 babies too.
Yeah, man,
I was
that's
born
what's
in
up.
the
Everybody.
70s.
For
Okay.
everybody. Look, the 2000. Look, I got 2,000 kids in my class now, so.
Yeah, OG. What if I got my stick on me, man? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know me. I'm Ray the Shark on Facebook, Ray the Shark 4 on IG. You can always get at us at weareradio.com. And make sure if you're an artist, you submit your music, or if you just want to tune in, man, you can just go on the website. You can catch past shows. You go to YouTube, weupdot.com, and always catch past shows, share, like, subscribe, all that, and interact with us, man. Call in 216-772-3393. Make sure you get involved with us.
Yep. And also, you can stay tuned for Wide World of Art. I hope it's coming on tonight. So
Wide
stay
World
tuned to
of
Wide World of Art coming up next after this. So stay tuned to weupradio.com for that. Also, my name is DJA, OG DJA on Facebook, OG.DJA on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, We Up Radio, DOT.com. You know what I'm saying? Got to spell out the dot. And also, you can check out and like and subscribe our page to weupradio.com. OPNation Talk every Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Check us out. WeUpRadio.com. You know what it is, y'all. Stay tuned. We got more stuff coming up.
Wake up, my black people. They're gonna do everything they can to take us away.